now is the moment of truth where we try to find out if we are in fact actually live and people can see and or hear us. I don't know the answer to that. Right? It's that part of the day, right, where we do technical things.
That is in fact yes.
Oh, I had actually thought it was.
Okay, apparently they can see me.
Darkity sucks.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh, why?
I am blurry because I am in Brazil. And I hadn't actually said anything, so hopefully that'll help.
Okay. Can hear and see
For
Sammy
the most part, I
and
will take it.
Jillian. Okay. I want to know why Jason is... Renee is very loud. Let's see if I have any way of controlling that.
I'm just loud.
I mean, yes, but when you want to try to balance...
Yes.
Keep
Okay.
storyteller.
All right, so the question is, can people see and or hear Jason? Oh, I can no longer hear Jason. Okay. And also I hear a motorcycle. Yeah. I'm going to kick Jason. That's going to remove you and re-invite you. I'm sorry.
The motorcycle's me. Can't do anything about it. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's me.
Where's my remove guest part?
I got a freeway right there.
Invite guest. Invite Jason again. Here's hoping. Goodness gracious.
Right?
Well, it's not that it happens every time.
Sound check on me, please, apparently. Hello.
It's that it happens the last several times.
Hello? Excellent. Excellent, well.
Yeah. I'm probably going to be loud because I am literally on my laptop in a hotel room in Sao Paulo. So I'm literally like right in front of it.
Jason, say things.
I'm saying things. Are those things you can hear?
I can hear Jason's things. Can other people hear Jason's things? Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Excellent.
Yay. All right. All right.
So what we've learned is that Jason always needs to be added last. For whatever reason.
Again, Jason needs to be added again after we go live.
I was mostly being a goofball.
It is weird.
No, it's okay. It's the for whatever it is, I need to make an entrance.
Yeah, there you go. That makes sense. Drama.
Absolutely.
That also tracks.
Yeah. All right. I think we're where our technology is gonna be.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. In that case, let us begin. Anna, do you want to do the welcome to the channel stuff?
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And welcome to our channel. We are going to be playing our seventh session of our lovely vampire game today, run by Jason. And I want to express great thanks to our moderator, Miss Mad Duck, who has been great. Thank you for posting the redeems in the chat, Jason. You can affect what happens to us with your channel points. You can give us a willpower reroll, or you can make our success kinda messy, or you can do any number of other things that may or may not be helpful or harmful to our on lives. But it should be fun. Yeah.
Jason, do you want a dice check or no?
I'll dice check while people do the talking.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, hello. My name is Jason. I am the storyteller for this game. It's the chronicle is called Triptych. It's a Vampire the Masquerade chronicle. We have been running this since April, and we are nearing its conclusion. We have begun the third act. Let's go and meet our players and the vampires they bring with them. setting the record for the farthest away from us. I mean, often doing that from the West Coast, now doing it from an entirely different coast. Renee.
Benfiento de Sao Paulo. Hi, I'm Renee Ritchie. I play Kathy Milliner, and I am in fact currently in Brazil for a friend's wedding, and I made the commitment to pack the wig, pack the laptop, and make sure that I could be here because I love these folks dearly. Special shout out to my dear friend Jimmy Reckett for having the appropriate adapter that when my own adapter failed to actually have my laptop plugged in so that I could do this from my laptop instead of my phone and the, utter shit show that would have been.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so thank you, Jimmy. You're freaking awesome.
All right, passing things on to Jilly.
Hi, I'm Jillian Christensen. I am coming from you from the great frozen north of Rochester, New York. I play Natalie Crane. Natalie is the Tremere. Natalie is a House Carter Tremere, and she likes to delve into weird stuff. She's also a podcaster, would like to get into the analog horror genre, and likes long walks along the Charles looking for mermaids.
All right, I'm going to go to Anna next.
Hi, I am Anna. I am playing Alexis, who is a sloopery and is trying to be the best human a vampire can be. This is my first real vampire game, and I'm trying to pretend like I know what I'm doing. And here we are. Next.
And lastly, taking us in.
Hi, I'm Sammy. I go she, her, they, them, or they, fair if you're feeling sparkly. I am playing Enfys Bloom, the Malkavian and bibliomancer and writer, and they go by they, them, or she, her. Oh my goodness, I can't believe we're at the penultimate session.
Yeah, seriously.
I know.
And did I mention heck?
Yeah,
heck indeed. Speaking of which, does anybody have anything they want to spend their XP on before I start?
I'm in this terrible place in between good XP amounts. So 8 is not a good number because 9 is the useful number, or 10 or 15. So I think I'm gonna hold out until after this game and buy something cool for next game. I hope.
Yep. Next game is the Smoke with Theatum session. What we'll do there is, for those of you who none of you people haven't been keeping score. For those of you who are keeping score, I've been doing 2 XP per session. If you've been here, 1 XP if you haven't. And I've been doing 4 for every end of arc. So it's 224, 224. And this session is going to be 6 because they don't get to spend after next session because that's all there is. There ain't no more.
Yeah, I actually realized looking at my sheet, the thing that I had specifically listed as my ambition is actually not possible with the amount of XP that we are getting. So, oopsie.
Well, we should talk about that. And see
I
if
mean,
there's
I did
something
at
we can
least
come up
work towards it because Kathy is no longer at Intelligence 1.
It is true. Working your way toward an ambition will get you benefits. It's a thing you can do to recover. You can do handle willpower and otherwise get you some boosts.
Oh, that reminds me.
I won't be able to get to 3 because at that point, because with the XP I'll be getting from this session, I'll only have 12. But I may be able to do something with it, which includes, batting my eyelashes as a certain thug Nosferatu.
That is, presuming that he's. You may have to save him from himself at that point. I heard. See, there's a rumor spreading that he's a secret Diablerist. And if you want to know how those rumors get started, check your redeems.
I know, a rumor in my good Christian V5 stream? Absolutely not.
If you can count the number of Christians on one hand. All right. Anyway.
Jason,
that's fair.
We are regaining willpower, correct, before this session?
Absolutely. At the start of every session, you regain a number of temporary willpower equal to your resolve or your composure, whichever is higher.
Excellent. We are not regaining hunger, right?
You do not naturally regain. You do not. At the start of the session, we will. I don't think you guys have gone to bed yet, or you haven't hit your slumber, so you don't need to roll for waking up. But you do not naturally. Your hunger doesn't naturally go up or down. You've got a do that when you in the fiction of rising from the
Am I able
the torpid
to
state.
use my herd?
You will be able to this session, I think. It's been enough time. I think that actually. Did you use it last session? I thought you might have.
No, I did
It's
not.
been one arc since we used this stuff.
Yeah, I did not. I used it in the first arc at like I think second game because I had the 3 XP to buy it that time.
Oh,
Right.
Everybody,
we just gotta hydrate.
Oh, cool.
I asked Jason because I'm at hunger 4 and I'd like to drop that to 3 before I have to roll whether I get to hunger 5.
Yikes.
Right. Okay. Let's say that we've got some time for that in a minute. We haven't had a chance to sort of when people split up in a moment. We'll get to that. But you can use it this session.
Okay, good.
All right. So yes, Enfys.
Yes.
The last thing we talked about was your grand insights that you were sharing with the with the table. Give us a little bit of a recap of the things that you learned that you were nice enough to write down, only because it will give us a way to pick up from from a
Shorter
standstill.
version.
How brief can you keep it?
That is literally the opposite of what I'm good at, but I will do my best.
I know.
Thanks.
I say that because I love you.
Okay, so let me skim this. All right, so things
my
that
hair.
we know, I'm doing this semi out of character just to keep it simple.
Yep, that's it. That's fine.
The prince's courier was attacked and nearly killed to send a message and induce something. An angry spirit happened to appear for reasons that'll make sense in a minute. We saw some art that showed what Enfys believes to be warring interests in the city and draining it and sort of pulling it apart piece by piece. And we have some questions about serpent imagery, but that's separate to try to figure out who it is, but we don't know. We saw some possible Zamishi imagery, and we don't know if we even know that. We have also learned that the Giovanni had a pact. We talked about exactly when, but it was hundreds of years. That's the important part. And that it is coming up in about 5. And there's some question as to whether the stuff going on TM is intended to make them look bad or possibly be a small fragment of them trying to do something and doing it in a poor way. We have also found out that Halo, the artist who is a thin blood and using some of their powers in order to do fun stuff with their art, is the one who's made some of this, and more importantly, the second tag that they gave offered, the second tag was frightening and angry stuff, but the third tag, which is more important, was the one where we found weird blood magic. It was expressly Dadaist, which involves overturning established structures, and that this is the most important one as far as we can tell. This is the warning: when the factions come together, there will be a disruption or incident that bubbles up, and also that the thing we were sent by the prince is tied to both this world and the world of the dead, and it being missing is causing unsettlement and incursions here, which is one of the reasons we might suspect someone is trying to look at the Hakata et al. And pin something on them when it isn't their fault, when there's going to be negotiations.
Right, and there were many eyeballs in a thing that made me think of my clan symbol, but there were too many eyes, 5 of them instead.
Yes, 5 eyes, that was in the third symbol.
Yep. And I think we recalled the existence of Tsimichi and them being the dragon clan. And that imagery, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think tonight or next night, Natalie is interviewing Halo for her podcast.
Sure am.
Right. Okay.
Okay, and that pretty much leaves that. Is a good way of leaving us where we left off. What do you guys want to do next?
So
you've got about
late, right?
It's true.
It is wicked early, and we did just kind of almost get into a fight.
Yeah.
I punched somebody. It was ineffective, but I did.
And we're very proud of you. We're actually very proud of you for that. Oh. But you did good.
He looked like he was going to.
You did what I showed you. You made sure you had a flat surface so you weren't, you actually threw the punch correctly. I'm very proud of you.
Don't tuck your thumb in.
Yeah.
So are we going to go take Nappy Poo, or are we going to do something else before Nappy Poo time?
I think it's Nap time.
I think Alexis needs to eat before nappy poo.
Yes.
Okay, sure. Yes.
I'm not calling it nappy poo, but
Yeah,
You
I
can
mean
call it
that makes me think of diapers more than anything else, and I'd really rather not again ever.
I am lucky my brain's odometer has not rolled over to zeros. This is so much.
Yes,
But
that's
yes.
true.
Mhm.
Are you sure it hasn't rolled over to zeros?
Not
you
yet.
want some fidget slime? I love this stuff. It's great for cleaning your
Oh,
brain.
sure. Okay.
Yeah, give him a fidget, please.
Oh, it's squishy.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
it's fidget.
Oh god. Oh god. We're gonna find that slime so many places.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
looking. I hope I'm around.
It
when
actually
Halo's
doesn't
around.
stick that much.
I do eventually. If I ever hear back from the Baron, I'm gonna give him the rundown of the stuff I told y'all, with the major caveat that this is from our research and my brain, and not, for sure.
I wasn't
we'll see.
assuming it would get sticky. I was assuming that Emphas would just like leave it places. Um,
No. I keep track of things.
on purpose, like not because you forget
Oh.
it, but
Oh, to be
because
a
you
pain in the
think it
butt.
was
Okay,
funny
that's-
or something. I don't
That's
know.
fair.
I'm
That's
I'm gonna go do a thing.
Do the thing.
Jason,
I wouldn't do
want
it to Natalie.
I want to go do a thing.
All right, sure.
By which
You're
I mean I should
using.
use my herd. I want to use my herd.
You
'cause
should
it
indeed.
Seems like the easiest and
It is.
uh,
It is in fact the easiest. Let me
least
go.
errorful
And,
way of at least having some room to fuck up at least once.
yep, absolutely. That seems like a reasonable way to.
Yeah. I think the final thing we had to check out as far as plans for tomorrow evening was that part of the tunnels, specifically for
Yes.
the train.
Yep.
That was the last thing we need to scope out before we
Yes,
kind of
yes,
nail
yes.
this down.
Let's go into the
It'll
train
probably
of tea.
confirm a
That
lot of
seems like
stuff.
a great idea.
No.
Yeah. Not tonight, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
No, not
Make
now.
sure Alexis gets, get that last bit, and then make sure we've got our info solid before we go running off to the powers that be for our respective groups.
Yeah.
Are we
or, you
splitting
know-
up and talking to Halo or going to the train? Oh no.
That's
No,
good.
God, no, no,
terrible.
no.
No, you don't split the party.
No.
Good.
Uh,
I was worried.
Jason, so how does it work? Do I just say I used it and remove one dot of hunger?
Indeed, you can do that. Like I said, the thing that I had been confused about is that in the rules as written, what you do is you can use that once per week, but like we're doing this in a very abbreviated format, so I'm not going to count like days we've been at game.
Yeah.
So
you
I'm going to say
said
that
once
once per
every.
arc.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what you.
once
said.
per arc. So yes.
There we are.
So yeah, you
Oh,
can
how
lower
much
your.
time has passed, roughly?
I mean, it's
Sorry.
been probably
Couple of
about
days.
it's been about 3 or 4 days.
Oh,
It's been
wow.
it's been an eventful couple of days. That's the
Yes.
way that it happens for vampires. You know, decades of boredom and then bing.
Yep. Okay.
Pretty much.
Great. I'm now
I mean,
at,
you know,
Vampires have FOMO.
yeah. I am now at hunger 3, so I am a much
Yeah.
much less
Yes.
stressed out vampire. I'm still pretty
Fear of
stressed
monstering out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still
Yeah.
stressed about it because I don't think I can do
Right.
very much, but at
No
least
problem.
I'm not
You-
going to
so-
just explode imminently.
It's true. So
Yeah.
you've managed to find someone among your collective of people that you trust. You have your interaction. You feed from them. It's very gentle. You recover 1 level of hunger. While Alexis is doing that, that's going to take like an hour or two. What are the rest of the study group doing?
I think probably planning out how we're going to handle this whole train tunnel thing.
Okay.
Mm.
Let's see, who thinks that they are likely to be most in charge? Like, who's leading the expedition? Presuming there's an expedition. I don't know how somebody's listening to somebody, right? If you're doing planning.
Does anybody have leadership?
I mean, I do, but I also don't know what we're looking for.
Funnily enough, Natalie has leadership, and she because we've been there before, correct? We've been to the part of the tunnel.
Yes.
Are
which
we
is-
doing the part that we had thoughts about when the screechy noise happens?
Yeah,
or
I
somewhere
think
else?
that's the thing
Okay.
we were
Yeah.
going to do, but like
Yeah.
we
You
didn't
We
have
know
not-
where it
pay
is, but we
attention.
haven't
Yes.
really dug into it. No.
Yes, you have not gone to that particular part yet. That is
I
a
think
different.
we walked
Okay.
past it, But because we walked from Davis to Harvard, right?
No, this was underground. This was while on the train.
While on the
Yes,
train.
Yes.
we
There
walked
was
the
three
train
people.
Yes,
tracks.
we
early
went
on.
past
Oh.
it, and
Remember,
I didn't think we
yeah,
walked
we
the
went
train
past
tracks in
it.
that part, but okay, cool.
we didn't walk that. No, we weren't walking that time.
We were
on
on
the
the
train,
train.
and that's when
Yes,
we were on the
didn't
train.
walk
No,
the
I
tracks
get
yet.
that, but before that, we walked the train tracks earlier. We just didn't go into the
Yeah.
part that was screeching. And now
Right.
we
It
need
was,
to go
I
into
thought it was
the...
substantially far enough away that it wasn't much data on that one thing,
Right.
mostly.
Mhm.
But
At the same time, there's a very good chance that whatever we're diving into there could potentially be a Thin Blood hideout, and we really don't want to antagonize them any further than apparently we already have.
Because
Things
we
that
have.
So,
things that we think might be true, that could be the case. I heard somebody in the cobweb going, "Don't look at me, don't look at me, don't look at me, don't look at me." So there could be a person who has Malkavian origins or a Malkavian there. There was also questions about generally who tends to be around the sewers and the trains and stuff. So who knows? Could be Nosferatu,
I mean,
could be
this could
Malkavian, could
be-
be...
Envis, I love you dearly. You may have to take point on this. Because you're the one who knows what we're looking for. Yeah,
Oh
you.
God. Okay. Well, how about this? I will be data person. I will be. Oh, if I won't long for this, but video game where a bunch of people go look at stuff. There's the leadery person, but there's also the person that's almost always in a computer or at a computer or is a computer, and they are the person who's like, "Here is the data." I will be them.
You can be the mission
And then-
specialist.
Yeah, and one of y'all will be tell us what to do town.
Oh
How's
God,
that?
I'll
I heard-
do it.
I
I will
heard
be
Natalie
telling you what to
volunteer.
do down.
You're good at telling me what to do. I even listen to you. It's great.
Because everybody knows that if I end up on the lead, someone's getting decked, and it's not going to be fun.
Yeah, that's not good. I have my own reasons.
I
also
mean,
for listening to
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get decked anyway.
So we should train check out. We're also going to talk to Halo. If we try to do those in an order, we might be able to get info from Halo about that.
Yeah.
But that could be reaching out like quickly tonight. Be like, hey, we just put 2 and 2 together and got 4 or 5. We want to check this number with you because we don't want to upset anybody you might know.
Well, Halo's coming by specifically to for an interview tomorrow, correct, Natalie?
Correct.
So why don't you do the interview first,
Yeah.
and
And
then we can
I will.
we can sanity check whether or not we need to go check out that thing, and if it turns out we do, cool. If it turns out we don't,
Cool.
also cool. This makes sense to me. Anybody
Makes
else
sense to
have
me.
any objections?
That works for me.
God damn it, you're making me lead.
Ha ha.
You're good at it.
You are good at it. Don't
It's
flip
true.
me off. You're good at it. No, don't flip me off.
I
You're
mean,
good
you can
at
flip me off and you're good at it. These are why not both? Porque no the dos.
Hot.
Yeah.
it. Can I hold the camera?
Oh God.
Wow.
They start sort of putting things
We're
together.
not that kind of coterie. I don't see any ministry here.
But we could. So
No.
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 I'm not saying we should be. Those are different. Envis
Anybody
starts
else hear
basically-
porn music?
Weirdly, no. This time it's you. So Envis is just marking off with checks
Fucking
or
ghostly porn
X's
music.
certain elements of the Board of Doom to kind of be like, are we looking at this right now? No. Are we looking at this right now? No. Are we looking at this right now? Yes. And help solidify.
Okay.
Solidify.
Cool.
And if I hear from the Baron, I will try to talk to him.
Sure.
Also.
Okay. You get.
I say to the party.
Okay. While you, Envis, are working your conspiracy board magic, you get your cell phone begins to buzz.
Sorry, that was loud.
Mhm.
I was in the middle of a thing. Whoa. Phone. I looked-
Task switching.
I was not prepared. Change is hard. Look at my phone.
Number is blocked.
Mother fricker. I have a blocked phone call. Do I go call it back? Why not?
Answer it.
Just answer it.
Just answer it.
Oh, it's just
fucking answer it.
I thought it wasn't still ringing. If it's still ringing, I pick it up.
It is still ringing. Buzz, buzz. Yeah.
YOLO.
Okay, I pick it up.
Do the thing.
I say I have a blocked phone call, but I pick it up.
I got your message.
This is the Baron? Okay. Fantastic. I'm not sure how soon your meeting with everyone is, but if you would like a quick rundown on things, we would be happy to give it to you.
I could swing by.
be
Or
happy.
is it fast enough that you could tell me over the phone?
I recommend, while we are not them, in this particular case, there's enough weirdness to it that it might be best if you stopped by. Is that okay?
All right. I'm making my rounds. I'll swing by.
Fantastic. We will see you soon. Hope to give you hospitality and thank you for taking the time.
Clicks up.
So who was that?
That's the Baron.
Oh, lovely.
Cool.
I should probably actually request an audience with. Oh God, Renee is having a brain fart, and it's not the Concordance, the main Giovanni representative.
Oh,
Who's
I'm sure it's that's Andreas Giovanni.
Andreas.
Yep.
I may need to actually seek an audience with him, not tomorrow, but probably the day after, once we actually have something a little bit more concrete, because we should probably be cluing him in too.
Yeah,
But I
think
wanna make sure I
everybody
have
we
something
care
a little
about
bit more
should at least
concrete.
Have the heads up.
Yeah.
Not that
When is this particular meeting scheduled? Do we know? If not, we can ask the Baron. That's fine.
I don't think we know.
it's soon.
Okay, then we
but
can
I
ask.
think that's all we know.
Yeah, we know it's.
Am I back, Jason, by the way?
You will get back just about the time that the Baron shows up.
Okay.
So, yeah, just it's the it's you
It's
know.
at the speed of plot.
Yes.
Do you
Pretty
want to go
much.
slower than the speed of
No,
thought?
thank you.
No.
No.
Please no.
I'm sorry, you just missed it. I'm sorry.
I've been in that game.
It's like
So
the bus. You know,
have I.
yeah, it's the you just missed the plot. Now you've got to sit around and wait for the next train to come along.
That is most of my vampire experience, to be.
Hey,
This is absolutely true.
I said most, not this.
No.
Yeah.
the next stop on this train is Barrett.
The fewer PCs that you have,
Ding,
I
ding,
can
ding,
speak.
ding, ding.
Yeah, the fewer PCs you have, the less likely that is to happen, especially when a tabletop.
Fair.
Or
Large
the more storytellers, to be fair, also.
Sure, that's also feasible.
It's the ratio.
Yeah, as we've noted in the chat, the weekend schedule for the Plot Plus is always a little crazy.
Yes.
Someday I will talk about TMA now that I'm allowed to, and how having a lot of GMs is very good for a game.
TMA is no longer TMI.
As far as I can tell, I don't think it's ever running.
Oh,
again.
it's never gonna run again? Okay.
Oh,
I think
Makes
it's
sense.
retired
Oh,
now.
it's never gonna run again.
Unless somebody
Um,
picks it up.
gotcha.
Guilty
For those
as he's running. No.
Oh my
for those in the audience, TMA is the morning after of a classic lit form game run in the East Coast of the U.S. It's known for having a lot of secrets they don't want to get out.
It's
And if
everybody has amnesia. No, really. Everybody, even the person who doesn't have amnesia, has amnesia.
It's one of the few games where it actually has a very interesting reason why that's the case, and it needs about a 1 to 3
Yeah.
GM to player ratio to function, and everybody to be on headsets.
It was my
I have helped.
See,
First
I was
ever
I
art.
was
Anyway,
I was right there with Selkie in the chat and immediately thought Magnus Archives.
fair.
It was the
Dig.
Sammy. It was the first LARP I ever played.
It was the first LARP I ever played.
Yeah.
Anyway,
cool. So
I didn't tell
time
that story.
passes, and not long after Alexis returns to the Haven, slightly less peaked, but still with an edge to her.
A little
that
less
is-
hangry.
Yeah, a little less angry, but by no means satisfied.
Angry, not angry.
No, I heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not long after that you hear the clattering of claws on your front step, and then the doorbell rings.
I will go get the door because I am invested in getting the door.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Baron. Hello. Thank you for joining us. I don't see Baron.
Well, when I was in the neighborhood, may I come in?
Donkey, sup?
Please do. I make space. I make it expressly clear
Hello,
that
Kathy.
they're welcome in.
How's Strix?
Nowhere near expensive enough. Have a seat.
He finds his way to the most comfortable chair in the room, and kind of sits on his haunches on the cushion, feet under him, kind of in a crouch.
So, we have some info for you.
Just clean that
And
I'm sorry. It's been a rough night for me too.
everything
Oh.
okay?
Are you all right?
Who
I mean,
needs
if you take your
hugs?
shoes off, you're fine.
Nothing a little borax won't fix.
All right.
Well,
Have at.
hopefully this will. I realize that none of this is entirely confirmed because a lot of this is putting things together. But we wanted to make sure that you at least had this information so that you'd feel prepped for the meeting in case things went south or sideways.
Look, you guys. I mean, part of the reason why I strove to have you in my territory as opposed to his is because I like having an early warning system. So, if this is the smoke detector going off, even if it's just somebody cooking, I'd like to know.
Excellent. Well, apologies in advance for this being the smoke detector, and they do show the board. I will explain this, I promise.
He cocks his head to the side like a dog looking at the television.
That's fair.
I had the same
Settle in.
expression when I saw it too. It's fine.
It's
Settle in. It's gonna be a bit.
I go note by note,
Mhm.
and I cover each thing in order, more like last session than this one, but we've already done that essentially.
Yeah.
I do cover the incidental
Go back and
things.
check it out on their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
One of the few additions that Endus has is they try to make it clear which things are suspected, vaguely considered, like they give a sort of vagometer on it, and they add that we're actually trying to be careful with this one piece of information, and that is the piece that Hela was a thin blood. That I don't say that in character, that portion.
No, gotcha.
They have been helpful so far. I presume they know what their deal is, and they don't seem to be causing trouble. And without them, we wouldn't know a lot of this. So, just letting you know. And I put the board in my lap.
Duskborn are messy. Not that they have to be, but they often are. No one teaches them, so they end up figuring things out on their own, and they don't.
They
I'm the
don't
last
have to
person to.
play by our rules, at least metaphysically.
Could you say that again? I'm sorry.
They don't play by our rules, metaphysically.
No, they don't. I mean, I was about to say, like, I'm the last person to say that, like, you should have that you should do the same thing the same way every time, but they don't. They're inconsistent and unreliable, and they're dangerous, which is why most domains don't truck with them. But if you want to swear for this one, I'll take that. If I find them and remand them to, like, your care, and you can tend them and keep an eye on them, I'm willing to do that.
I don't know what the deal is. I will say I don't know who their friends are. I don't know exactly who they're running with, if
Right.
anyone. But the one thing I know this isn't really my place, but the one thing I was going to suggest is even if we don't do that, we could have low-key sort of as long as you don't fuck up, we're okay, especially in where we are, in our home.
Right?
And if they're willing to give us information on this kind of stuff, or give us enough information that we figure it out by ourselves, then maybe we can help them not be so hecky. Like they don't have to do things like they do or we do. But if they can get themselves not in trouble, we can help them more towards the not in trouble zone. It's not quite the same thing as like under our care, because I don't know how they would react to that. But
Probably poorly.
yeah, like it's not a mutual non-aggression pact because we're not aggressive, but it's a mutual maybe we'll listen to each other if we can both agree that you can't muck with the way we do things vibe.
It's a long-term project. I'm open to it, but I'm actually more interested now in, you said you think there is Jamisi at work here?
One of the things has some imagery that could lead to it, but we have no other. Oh, yes. Though, yeah.
Yeah.
I just remembered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or somebody who's
Yeah.
learned from one. I don't actually know if it's them. Like, I've heard some really weird,
Bone
maybe Dustborn.
body shifting weirdness stuff, right?
Oh,
Correct.
Yeah.
Bone claws.
That
And
sounds
not
yeah.
the standard,
Yeah,
not the
that-
standard issue.
It
Yeah,
looks
that
like they
sounds-
did something that was weird between, like, the gangrel and them.
Yeah.
It was very strange.
That could be trouble in a couple of different ways.
Especially since they seem to be a hired killer. And were ready to kill us, potentially.
Really?
But didn't.
Yeah, didn't.
It's entirely possible that there may be a Zamisi contingent specifically looking for territory, potentially either on their own behalf or on the Thin Blood's behalf. We're not sure. But it looks like they're working together, even if the Thin Bloods don't necessarily know it.
Huh.
They have some sort of Zamisi protector, I think.
That's really interesting.
But basically they were the price that they had specifically to come after us was territory.
Yeah.
And we, based on what I've been told, that sort of thing is very important to that clan.
Mm.
You're not wrong. There are certain privileges that we've had over the years. The gangrel, the right to roam. But even in the old days, we gave the dragons a wide berth. It just wasn't a good idea to wander in their places.
Mm-hmm.
Just to rule out any possible weirdnesses, there's no reason why. Can you think of outside of it just be mildly beneficial to them, reason that the other Baron would muck with us or you in this sitch?
I mean, it's possible. Randall's a shit, but he's not a murderous shit. And
Right.
moreover, he deals we both have to deal, with the ivory tusked elephant in the room. So nobody's going to be, the notion of putting out a hit, it doesn't seem like him, but he is more likely to turn to violence. He's got heavier boots on the ground. That's how he got his area.
That's fair.
Okay, so
Ivory tusk.
when we go to Iverson's little shindig, you think that there's something, you've said that you've seen that something's going to disrupt it, something big.
Yeah.
And she's been trying to keep that quiet. So
And what she sent us that we didn't get
Mhm.
has that tie to the realm of the dead, which means that there could be a dual reason for it getting yoinked. One being to not let us have it and for them to check it out or whatever else. And two, to muck with it enough that it possibly looks bad to those who normally muck with ghosts.
right.
Yeah.
Do you have any intel on what it means to mess with the realms of the dead?
It's a bad plan.
Uh-huh.
Period. That's just,
How-
I'm just going to call it as it is.
How do we
That
how do we
is the
fix
explain
what
it to
I'm
you
saying.
like a.
Yeah.
How
do we fix
I'm
it?
actually, I am actually specifically asking for an audience for folks who are far more knowledgeable about that than I am.
Mhm.
That was also potentially be at that particular meeting to kind of figure out what we can do to actually do something about this to have less things blowing up. Either, literally, physically, or spectrally, or
Gotcha.
mentally, or anythingly.
Well,
Anybody else have 1776 stuck in their head now? Here they
Yeah, and
there
I do
they-
now,
sorry.
thanks.
I wasn't around for 1776. I'm sorry.
The musical?
It's a musical.
It's a musical.
There's a
now.
new revival that just came out that is freaking amazing.
I thought that was called Hamilton.
There's a
No.
This is a newer revival.
This is something different.
There's a recent trend of that era in history getting revisionist versions of musicals. And some of them are even
I mean, this musical is from the 60s. They just
1969.
re-released it. Yeah, it beat out Hair.
Nice.
I was busy in '69.
So
fair.
getting
A lot of
back to
people
the
were busy in
And is this
'69.
and how does this connect? And how is this like the Andrew Jackson one? I heard about the Andrew Jackson one.
Oh,
No,
Andrew
no.
Jackson?
Oh my god.
Can we
Alright.
not? Can we not say we
It's
didn't?
warfare with singing. I don't get it, but people seem to like it. I leave that to the Toreador.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of Vikings in the gangrel. Like they do their war song bit just as much, don't they?
Baron says I leave that up to the Toreador. Envis, because of what's going on, actually does find a piece of wood and knocks on it. It's fine.
He doesn't pick it up. He doesn't pick up
Everything's
on it.
fine.
He doesn't pick up on it.
Absolute fucking chaos. It's great.
Yeah.
Anywho,
All right. So, all right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attend this meeting because not doing so seems like a bad idea, and I don't want Randall to end up being the only voice for the anarchs at this table. But
Just be
I
careful.
will. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to call for some backup, pull a few favors, see who I can bring in just to keep watch. I've got some friends who might be able to stay on the common without getting noticed, and if things get messy, they'll be there quick. That's at least
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I don't have anything that'll keep out the dead. That's not a thing I've got. I don't have anything like that. And if you guys
That's
have
why I'm
something like
calling
that-
my people on this too.
right.
We also I mean, my family also has that capability. I don't, but I can.
All right. I don't have any pull with your family, staff, people. I don't have any pull with your people. I don't have any pull with your people. So if you have pull with your people and can get some kind of protection,
Yeah.
great. I
I'll see
will.
what I can do.
I'll make it worth your while. But like, I don't
Gotcha.
have a tag on that.
When is
That's
the-
okay.
Tomorrow night.
Fuck. Okay.
cool.
I'm never gonna interview this kid.
So Baron, just a couple quick checks. One, do you have somebody within that pool of like people you trust, etc., who's good at like having eyes on stuff? They don't have to be with you, but at least can like let you know if some hoopy joop other than us is going down.
I got some people with hunches and a couple people who. Most of the people who are really good at that, they're on the other side. It's
Except
just
for us.
yes,
but-
except for you, which
Yeah.
is why.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Yeah.
So we should at least make sure, if nothing else, that we are contactable
Mhm.
by you tomorrow night in case something goes down. We had some stuff we were going to look into that may be related, but I want to make sure that we have like contact. One thing I don't.
Oh.
Look.
By the way,
Yeah.
stroke of midnight. That is when we're expected to do it.
How
Right.
dramatic!
Of course.
Love it.
The bells
Leave
will
it
toll.
Leave it to Iverson to be that kind of extra bitch.
She says it's part of the.
The what? You were about to say the R word.
I really was.
yeah,
I really was.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna say it, but
Did
like I didn't want to
she
say
say
it. I didn't want to say it in front of the people who are expert at this kind of thing.
But did
Yeah.
she
But she-
say it?
She said
Is
it
that
had
what she called
symbolic. She had a symbolic importance. I don't remember. She might have said ritual. Yeah.
Shit.
Oh.
Shit.
Motherfucker.
Shit.
Okay. Here's the thing.
If she's using that word, she probably knows. She probably means it
She
in the
means
appropriate
it.
sense.
One
Fuck.
other thing we have in our pocket, it's really in my pocket, and I have to ask for your discretion here, Baron.
Mhm.
This is actually something I don't talk about a lot. In fact, I'm not sure if all y'all even yet know, although you may have gotten the wave of it. But
Mhm.
if things get real weird. Like, this would mess with everyone, regardless of who you check off the political ticky box with.
Yeah.
Weird. I can... This is not something everybody can do. Are you willing to keep this between us? Duncan?
He looks around.
I know.
He chitters a bit. There are no mice who will tell.
Super
Good.
So, but you are down there for
Well, you know,
nonsense.
it's like
I'll
it's
set
usually
up the humane traps later.
well, it's usually you say like like what? Am I gonna tell what? Who you got with you? The mouse in your pocket? There are no mice in your walls, and there's nobody who will tell. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
good. I don't need to put up the humane
He
traps.
does in character say there is nobody I will tell. I'm
Correct.
gonna double check.
No,
Okay.
that is true. No, it's
Very
like you have human traps in your building.
I mean,
I
Oh,
have
sure.
the
Kathy, adjust the bra.
ability, not very often, to get word, and this is something you really can't do this, but I have the ability to get word to my clan if things get bad, and it is pretty instantaneous, and it is regardless of sect.
okay. So in addition to the smoke alarm, you also have the Malkavian fire alarm
Just to be clear,
for running the Malkavian fire drill.
The Malkavian beacons, please. Let's get the
I
metaphor
only-
straight here.
I only
the bulk signal.
Yes.
It's
I
like a
only-
fish in a spotlight.
I only recently got access to what I'm perfectly fine, I guess, calling the Malk signal. But the point is that A, it does go to everybody. B, I really can't use it unless it's important. A, because it might go badly with everybody.
It's like
else.
Roger Rabbit. I can only do it with you.
Yeah,
Thank God for
actually,
watching.
it
I
could
could only
literally
do it.
harm.
I could only do it when it was funny.
It could literally harm us socially or physically or mentally if it wasn't a good reason.
I mean, if
So,
it's going
this
to
is a good reason.
alarm literally every member of your clan, regardless of sect, it better be important or they will be real mad at you
Yeah.
and not
Yeah.
come
Big
the
mad.
next time you say something
Right.
might help.
Right.
Mhm.
But if it is literally something like, if it's the difference between this sect is going to get one up over the other sect, and it's more like this is going to do something terrible in the underworld-y thing to the city,
I
like, that's a different
suspect
thing.
whatever is going to happen is going to destabilize whatever political equilibrium is here, and
And
potentially some esoteric equilibrium, especially if the Shadowlands are involved.
That's probably much
Which is
more
why I need to
important.
get talked. Apparently, I need to talk to my people far sooner than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
So
All
that's
right.
the news.
I'm just
So-
here to help. I don't have anybody to talk to.
No, I know. Your people are like my people. They tend to roam.
There's just more of you.
That's true, and we both know why.
Yep.
But
Oops.
Awkward.
I'm just saying, like, when you say there's a Jamisi in town, I get a similar feeling.
Or at least there's a dude who has the abilities they do. I don't know if he is, but
Right.
good enough.
So, anyway, I'm going to continue my rounds. Thank you so much for, I mean, seriously, with all sincerity, thank you so much for this intelligence. It really will make a difference. Is there something I can do for you before I go?
Just stay careful. Keep your eyes open. Trust your gut.
You see his eyes sort of shimmer and reflect in a sort of like that sort of cat-like way, sort of the internal luminescence, and says, "I always do." He hops off the chair,
As
landing on his
he's going
lunches.
out,
Yep.
I can even say this while he's walking out.
Sure. Oh, sure.
I guess it's not really a do, but I know that they kind of lower their voice a little. I know maybe with Natalie, but definitely with me, it was a risk taking me on initially because of my origins. And I'm hoping that the kind of work we've been doing lately is an indication that when it gets down to it, here's where I am and here's where I want to be.
He smiles and says, kid, their loss is our gain. Don't forget that.
Thanks.
And with that, he heads out into the night. And
Kathy goes back and gets the upholstery cleaner and mimes spraying it at him like it's spraying at a cat. It's like, no!
When the door is closed, and it's like literally does a little dance.
Yeah, you did good.
Okay, apparently I need to get Andreas on the board now.
Yeah,
All right.
I need to make some calls myself.
All right.
Yes.
Let's handle the Andreas call first.
Okay.
And but this is just a telephone call?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You ring the number.
Everybody hydrate.
Oh. Oh, I'm out.
There is a soft, gentle voice that answers. It says, "Good evening. How may I help you?"
Listen, this is. Oh no! Somebody just put it in Make It Messy. Oh no!
Well, you haven't rolled any dice yet. We have not rolled any
No,
dice.
I haven't. No, I have not.
Who is it that decided to make it messy for us?
Miss Mad.
That would be Miss Mad Duck.
Ms. Mad Duck is ready to see something happen. Okay, cool.
Woohoo!
In conjunction with the interdisciplinary task force, there seems to be a potential danger warning for a meeting you'll be attending tomorrow night. It is not from any of the invited guests, but potentially from uninvited guests. Please be on your guard. The other invited guests will also be made aware that there may be some sort of disturbance.
I see. And from what source does this information descend?
Imagine Dragons. Not the band.
The band?
Modern reference.
Of course.
But
I should imagine the dragons are involved. Yes?
they may possibly those you might call by that particular name may be looking to put themselves at the table.
It is fortunate
in conjunction with other forces in the city that are usually not paid much attention to.
It is fortunate then that we have our own creatures of myth in the night keeping watch. Yes?
There may be additional disturbances in areas that are our specific bailiwick. So definitely keep an eye on that particular venue.
How is the weather?
Cloudy.
Cloudy.
I don't know how cloudy it will be tomorrow night, though.
Well, bring your umbrella, and perhaps we will see each other before the meeting. Yes? Thank you for the lovely call and conversation. Give my best to your sire.
Of course. Be safe. Click.
You hang up.
Yeah. Because it seemed like the conversation at that point was done.
Fair. Yep. You see there's a cutaway scene to a pale, well manicured hand putting a handheld phone into a cradle.
Mm-hmm. They do have chargers that do that, so he's got very, very smart ghouls.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say.
No,
Very smart ghouls.
legit, absolutely. So you have alerted Andreas Giovanni. You have spoken with Duncan Gallagher.
We
What
should
next?
probably also keep an eye on. We should probably also give Iverson a heads up. I mean, she is the one who sent the invite.
Okay. Who's gonna call her?
Not me. Not it.
I'll do it. What the hell?
Okay.
I mean, my sire is still a member in good standing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to be having any like walk where mine might be.
Yeah. So, do I have the number for
Of
one
the
my-
prince?
No. No. But you know what?
Did we get Silas's number?
Yes. I think
We got
have
Silas's number.
You gonna ring her up? You gonna ring him up?
All right. Yeah.
Okay. You ring up the number Silas gave you. Takes a while, but you do get an answer. The voice that answers is not Silas's. Hello?
Hi. I'm looking for Silas.
Who's looking for him?
Well, that would be his old friend Natalie.
Natalie, huh?
Uh-huh.
Are you the one from the Cape?
No, I'm the one from, and I'll give what's our neighborhood called? Says the non-Bostonian.
Sure.
Davis Square?
No. You can ask it because that is an answer, but it's not the only answer you can give. The place where your coterie is Davis Square. The place where the Tremere are is Cambridge, including Harvard Square, Central Square, your sire's places, and Harvard Square. What answer are you looking to give?
So I'm looking to give. No, this is Natalie from Davis Square, though he might know me from Cambridge.
All right. It's probably through cooking. Hold on.
Man, I wish I had.
All right. You are, it's the Natalie. Hi.
Silas, sorry to have bothered you.
It's okay. I was
You in the middle
just
of something?
I was just waking up.
Oh, okay then. So I've got a message for your friend, your employer, your boss. There you go. So the meeting that there's going to be tomorrow night, we are concerned that we're concerned that it's not at a secure location, and I'm calling to sort of advise you that how do I put this delicately? Shit might be fucked. And yeah, the meeting might not go off as planned, and that several factors are in play that may make the meeting hazardous for all involved. Environmental factors and let's just say political unrest, not from our side, but yeah. How secure is this phone line?
I mean, It's not a private line, but it is in a in a in a relatively safe place.
Well,
I wouldn't say anything you wouldn't want other people to hear.
yeah, I'm not going to. If your boss is interested in what we found, please have her contact us at the earliest convenience.
I'll see if I can get the message out.
Okay, that would behoove everybody involved.
Okay. I will make sure to I'll get it out as soon as I can. I just may be a little delayed.
Silas, you're a peach.
Thanks, Natalie.
Anytime.
I appreciate it. I won't forget you.
I don't know what happened there, but I have feelings. The message has been delivered to Silas. I don't know if he'll get it to Iverson, but
Who was the other person?
is it, like I'll make sure I'll see if he's done cooking, and then Silas is like, yeah, I just got up. It's like, well, what were you cooking?
Does Silas have a boyfriend?
I mean, good for him if he does.
Jason.
Yes.
Insofar as I could overhear it, which you can only sort of do with a cell phone. Yeah, that's interesting. Do I recognize the voice at all from my time spent in the tower? What little of it there was.
Give me a let's go with a intelligence plus politics.
Oh, good. I decided to roll something, which means, is it now messy time? Do I have to something?
If it's a crit,
it's one of those things of, do you want? I mean, I because it wasn't directed at anybody in particular. This Van Duck did not give a message critical to anybody in particular.
That's
is
legit,
that correct?
That's fair.
Yeah, no, it's the we can, if you want to use it, you can. If you want to have like a messy critical on a remember check, but those are usually not very much fun. Yeah.
Also, could I possibly use something more like investigation at a higher? Because I don't have politics.
Don't have politics. Okay. Let's see here. Let me see what an alternate thing might be. I don't think investigation is quite right.
I have etiquette.
But
oddly enough,
Etiquette might do it.
yeah, I would allow for etiquette. That seems fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
That is one success. I think that's only considered one when there's.
What do you got?
One success.
Yeah,
one success indeed. All right. With one success, nah. I mean, like, you've been there.
I'm gonna spend my willpower for re-rolling some of those dice because we're getting to the smoke 'em if you got them. So why not?
Absolutely, you should totally do that.
And I cannot roll the hunger die, right?
Yeah.
Correct. That is
so
what
I
it
can roll
is.
2 dice, but that's still pretty legit.
Yep.
Really? Fine. Just one. Just the one.
Just the one. One success.
Rude.
I mean, it's you were able to overhear only a little bit because you're hearing like somebody on the other side of a cell phone call, right? And it's not like it's not like it's on speaker. It was I mean, masculine voice, sort of bassy, but not one
And
you've
mention
like.
the cape. Who's in the cape?
Kathy.
Well, okay.
Um,
That's interesting.
Jason,
Yep.
did that voice sound anything like any of the people who stepped out of the car to get Silas from us when we delivered him to Iverson?
You've got heightened senses, don't you?
I do.
I'm going to say that, yeah, it's a little like that. Yeah, probably one of those guys.
Yeah. That sounded like one of the guys who got Silas from us. They didn't seem to be very happy with him when we delivered him.
Who were they? again?
I think they were Iverson's dudes.
Other people.
Guards, goons,
I was busy having a
thugs.
ghost about it. I just didn't hear.
You know,
Okay, cool.
not very nice people who beat people up for her. That I don't know details. I was never in there.
Enforcers is the term you're looking for.
Thank you. Yes, that.
Legit. Okay.
And enforcers can be very nice people. They're just not very nice to the people they have
These
contracts
did
for.
not seem very nice.
Interesting.
Well,
that they
no,
thought
of course they're not. They're employed by a venturer. What do you expect?
Interesting that they were expecting somebody from the Cape, though.
Kinda, yeah.
Well, yeah. Considering I was the one who kind of helped get Silas handed back to their people, they probably thought it was.
That's fair.
It
Also,
might have been me.
because of the meeting that's going to go down tomorrow night, they're probably security entourages are probably conferring with each other all night tonight.
Sure.
It's like planning a wedding.
Oh no.
Uh,
A red wedding.
Oh no.
I'll take you.
Oh, don't
no.
jinx it.
I'm sorry.
Speaking of security entourages, let me just make this call to Henry.
I thought you were
so
going to
that
say
we
speaking
can-
of weddings.
No, probably not for me.
That's a lot.
It's
So I'm gonna get
nice night to start again. It's a nice night for a red wedding.
Oh God.
How?
All right.
So I'm gonna get on the horn to Henry.
Okay. It's after hours, but he still will, of course, answer the telephone.
Hi.
Oh, hello. What a pleasant surprise. I don't often get calls from you. Not at this
I
one.
know, but this is kind of important.
Ooh, is it a mystery?
Yeah. It's gonna be.
It's going to be.
Yeah.
Is this an Alcavian thing?
No.
Okay.
Well, it's a kind of everything thing.
All
which
right.
is-
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then
So-
tell me everything.
All right. You know how Mrs. Iverson is having a meeting tomorrow?
Mrs.
Helen Iverson is married?
Is having a meeting.
You called her
Meeting.
Mrs.
I don't know, Henry. I'm just trying to I'm trying to maintain a little bit
I'm
of
aware of
secrecy.
I'm aware of
The
Mrs.
correct
Iverson's meeting.
form of address is mommy.
No! I cannot believe I am correcting this. Oh God.
So anywho, yeah, we think that something is going to go down
I mean,
at said meeting.
I hope so. I mean, she's
Oh.
inviting everybody who's important. If nothing
You're
went down,
right.
then
No, something bad. Like there is a security there is a security risk. And we think it's magical in nature.
really.
So yeah. So I was wondering if you could put if if it works, really if it turns out to be nothing, well then I'm gonna owe some favors. But if it turns out to be something, then that's good. But if somebody, do you know somebody who's particularly good with wards? Yeah.
No. There's a long pause as he's sort of like you sort of like can hear the gears ticking in his head as he sort
Hear
of
the
goes through
Rolodex.
his exactly
Yeah.
yeah exactly that and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
It's the class.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why
the I do. I'm not sure. I'd have to try and get them.
I know it's short notice, but we think that this might be on multiple occult fronts. And
Why can't catastrophes be better planned? I ask you.
hey, if it were up to me, we'd have had this buttoned up long ago, maybe in an SBOT so that the ley lines were right. But
All right. I will shake the tree and see who falls out.
any help that we can get, very appreciated. This might save lives. Unlives. The lives I don't know how this shit works.
I know, but you're getting there.
I know, and every day is fun because you're learning something, right?
Mm-hmm. Are you reporting on this? Is this going to be on your show?
No, God, no. This doesn't make the show.
Okay, just making sure.
No, dear heart, I told you. I told you when we agreed that this is a thing I'm gonna keep doing,
Mhm.
that it's only enough to make ratings. The really weird stuff can wait.
All right. You said multiple fronts. So I wasn't certain if there was, some kind of, chupacabra in the subway or.
No, we're talking established extra.
Maybe. Might be.
We're talking established actual threats here, multi-genre threats.
All right. I'll get on the horn and see who I can rustle.
Thanks, Henry. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Natalie.
Oh God, I gotta call Daddy now, don't I?
Hi, Henry. Bye, Henry.
Enfys says hi.
Good night to you too, Enfys. It is always a pleasure.
Fantastic.
All right. Any other anything else on the party line? Any other phone tree?
Daddy. Brian.
It is now call all of your contacts o'clock. I can text mine probably.
Sure.
But it can
I'm
be
about
either.
to. I'm about to let it all out. I'm
Right.
about to
Oh,
let it go.
what is a contact? Yeah.
That's legit.
All right.
Ring, ring.
Banana phone.
Kit
Yeah,
Kat
so make you
Bar.
get into that headspace.
Sorry. Kit Kat Bar. What's shaking?
Hi, Daddy. You wouldn't happen to know who's on spectral security for the meeting tomorrow night, would you?
That's usually a different department, but I can put you on with Carmine. Maybe he'll know. Let me see. Yeah. I might know. I mean, he's usually
Yeah,
he's usually the bat in charge on that.
Yeah, I've already
not-
put in the warning to the all the way to the top, but at the same time making sure
Wait.
that,
all the way to the top.
well, not like the capo di capo, but Senor Giovanni. Yes, I've contacted him specifically because he was the one invited, and I wanted to make sure that he was aware that there might be some disturbance coming in from an outside source, not necessarily from any invited guest. Y'all might have party crashers. And it might be tied to that thing that I was hoping that somebody could potentially check on who stole my mail. Any word on that yet?
Yeah. Actually, we got at least a small lead on it. So
cool.
there are people, well, not people anymore, but former people who've been combing the area trying to find it. And although we haven't found the thing, whatever the thing happens to be, we've
I don't even know
definitely.
what the thing is.
Well, let me put it this way. On the other side, it glows like they're watching the. I don't understand how they work. They have, and you'll forgive me for if I get any of this wrong, they have unions on the other side, same as we do. People with particular skills, and they're,
Right.
whatever the local is that watches out for danger, they've got a ping, and they've sort of given us at least a little bit of a marker on it. Last they saw
It might be.
ping,
It may very well be fucking related. Just putting it out there.
right. So they've at least given us a trail on it. They think it's
Okay.
found its way, across the river. So it's probably somewhere on the other side at this point. They care a lot about rivers, boats, and all that shit. The other thing.
Wait, which river? The Spooky River? Or like
Rivers
actual?
are apparent. The rivers are apparently like they're connected. Like when you've got a river in this world, it's a tributary of the river elsewhere. One of those rivers.
Mm.
This
Got
is
it.
why
Okay.
this is why some of us can't cross running water. Yeah.
Right. Got it.
Yeah. So, but I wanted to tell you the other thing. Somebody saw your man.
Oh.
The one who was trying to sneak across. Somebody saw him.
Okay.
He was doing what you said he was doing. He was doing a drop and dash.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any leads on where he? Well, we kind of have an idea of potentially where he went, but not where he went once he crossed a certain threshold.
Right. I would look in the burying ground. It's the oldest cemetery in Boston.
Fuck. Okay. This is so not my specialty, but
It's true, but if and you're right. You're not obligated to follow up on this, but
yeah, I am actually. Mostly because I don't want the other unions in the area breathing down my neck. Yeah, there may also be somebody that I may need to put some folks in touch with in regards to potential territory as a buy-off for not killing me. Long story.
wait, who did you pay off to not kill you?
It was more along the lines to potentially put good work. As far as do the word dragons mean anything to you?
Not a bit. Sorry. I don't believe in dragons or elves
Well.
or gnomes.
In that case, go ahead and ask Signora Giovanni. He'll be able to fill you in.
All right, I can do that. All right, babe. Delivery's here, and I'm feeling peckish. So if I'm going to get this thing done, I will. I got prep work. I got preparations to make, and I'll go and find. And I'll go and whisper in Carmine's ear and send him to call you.
For sure. Go forth. Swipe right.
You got it. Ding ding.
He said he had delivery thing.
I'm not shaming. I think that's cool.
If everybody's contact,
It's pretty common, actually.
I should probably contact Daddy.
Like,
So
seriously, I love my sire. He's a hoe.
Did he have anything useful or important to say?
Well, as much as any cokehead can, but might need to make a stop to the burying ground.
Do you mean the one in the common or the real one that is now under water, the city, the landfill that was on the peninsula that now has other stuff on top?
For the non-Bostonian,
I think that's
Jason?
a Jason question.
It is.
yeah.
You want me to repeat that question, or are you good?
Nope, I got it.
Okay.
The answer is given that
He froze.
given that he's a relative local, it could be either, but it's more likely that since he has sent her to it, it is the one that's physically available.
Okay, so it is the second one, and like not the one that the like murdered Quakers were buried at, or the one that used to be referred to as the burying ground, and probably like more the late 1600s, early 1700s one.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell I
No.
just
No, the one that I can
literally
actually
listened
get
to a podcast about it recently? Anyway, sorry.
And for what it's worth, I can always text or call later.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
Natalie did an
have to do
episode
it
on-
now.
on that.
Live from. Anywho, we should check those things out. I mean, I know that we said we were gonna make it an early night, but maybe given the time frame, we should go.
Yeah. I can make my call and or text while I'm getting ready. Doesn't have to be now.
Cool. All right. You've made a bunch of phone calls. You've gotten some interesting information. We are heading close to our break point. Can we take a few and then come back afterwards and pick up from there?
Hell yeah.
Yes, I think that's
Works
a
for me.
great idea. Let me put us into a BRB mode and try to run a quick ad while we do that, and we'll be back in how long, Jason?
Let's take.
It usually
Let's
takes
take-
10.
Take
Usually
10?
take 10.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take 10. Okay.
All right, give me a
Thanks, Jen.
second. think I have pressed all the appropriate buttons so that we should be now audible again. But not Jason, because I switched scenes, and Jason's
Jesus.
sound does not
Kick him.
exist when
Kick
I switch
him.
scenes. Sorry, Jason. I'm going to kick you. And re-invite you. Oh my god. Okay, so it is very specifically when I load the scenes, and I do not understand why. Like, what? Why is this night different from all other nights?
Which it's a Mac thing, but I have like a Mac too.
Yeah, it's clearly not a Mac thing. It is clearly when I switch scenes, so it's something about...
Only him.
It's something about only Jason, and only when I specifically
I can hear
switch
you,
to
but I
this
could
scene.
before.
It is so weird. Nope, wait, still can't hear him. Why? I pushed him. You don't look muted, but I still don't hear your sound. Nope.
If it helps to note, the rest of, as per usual, the rest of us do hear.
Yeah, I know, but
Yes.
no, so he's not muted. Everybody else can hear him, and his sound is not going into OBS. And I don't understand why. Do not understand why. This is so weird.
And it's always when it's changing to this particular scene, correct?
Yeah, correct.
It might be the way the scene's configured.
Yeah, but everybody is configured the same way. Right? Like, that's the thing. So, hang on. I'm going to...
We can totally test this at another time.
Yeah,
but
no,
it's just...
I'm trying to
Yeah.
But we
see
still
if I
have
can
to
get
resolve.
it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. All right, I'm gonna... Jason, let's try this one more time. I'm going to kick you. You reload the page, and then... Yeah. Sigh. Why?
I wouldn't be surprised if some of the code that's embedded on the actual page itself that interfaces with it, for whatever reason, is just not doing the thing. With him.
Because guest stars still in beta, and for some
Right.
reason it just hates Jason.
I mean...
Well, honestly, I should also say that my machine has an Intel basis to it. I have a very old Mac. Jason's is not.
But
Jason's, I believe, is the new.
because
But that
it's
shouldn't
just
matter.
that scene. It's
Right.
not... It's not that, so...
Yeah.
It is something about specifically the setup of this scene, and...
That is so weird.
Hello.
Hello. Any better?
Yes!
I think the page needs to be reloaded too. It can't just be a kick and return.
Except it was just a
Okay.
kick in the previous time, so who... the fuck
And
knows?
we have a clear from the chat, so we're all good.
Fantastic.
We
Yay.
Yay!
Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for your patience as we managed to navigate Twitch guest star. Always a pleasure. While we're catching up, just a reminder that our dice mechanic is courtesy of Triple D Dice, dddice.com. Our moderator is Ms. Mad Duck. You can use your chat redeems to do all kinds of fun stuff, including start rumors and ask questions of the characters. And if you like what I do here and you want to see more of it, you can feel free to donate to my Ko-Fi at ko-fi.com/JADASC, just like it's here in my little ID thing. So, picking up, now, Sammy, you thought you might want to give Xavier a jingle, or
Yeah,
do you
and I
have
can keep
another
it
thing
short
to do?
because thankfully he's already partially informed.
Yep,
And we do, in fact, have a Make It Messy waiting in the wings for something.
it's true. All right. It's not a very long time before he answers.
Hello?
Hello. Are you safe?
Yeah, sure, yes, I'm good.
I had a feeling that you were going to be in trouble. You weren't in trouble, were you?
Oh, good. Cool. No, I am, as far as I know. Well, how long ago did you have an I'm in trouble? Because I'm not now.
Very recently, I had this feeling like something was going to.
Was it about X hours ago, I say, inserting the amount of time that we were getting stalked by somebody?
Give or take, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was an asshole, but he is no longer bothering us right now. But I do have, thank you for letting me know. You could have texted, but that's fine, that's fine, that's fine.
It was, I assure you I could not have.
Oh, God, you rushed off. I think I know why. You were trying to make sure that everything was legit for the everyone. Is that fine now? Have things gotten weird? There's like slight noises in the background while they're getting their stuff together.
Right. Things are okay. It's tricky. There's a lot of pieces moving. And
yes.
I have pulled as many strings as I have. Trying to keep the eyes
right
off of you and off of us generally.
Yep. What I can say is the person who made the thing that made you leave is somebody we are in touch with, and we are doing what we can to have things not be quite as out in the open, so to speak. We're hoping that badness doesn't come to the inadvertent creator who didn't understand some stuff, or possibly, but they were one of our sources of intel, so I will admit I'm hoping nothing bad comes to them in a permanent kind of way.
Of course, you always did have a soft spot in your heart for broken things.
They know stuff. They are a nice person. And anyway, okay. Just saying, if your folks get wind of this and are in the process of mitigating, we may be able to assist with making sure that is still cool, because we care about that too in a different way. But that's not why I called you. I mostly would like them to not be in deep water. That's not why I called you. Yes. So, how secure is this line, relatively?
I still abide by the prince's diktat, but this is a secure line.
Cool. Okay. I only got to tell you a little bit of stuff, but I'm trying to remember what I actually got to tell Xavier. But what I basically do to kind of sum it up and let us continue to move on is try to fill in a loosely allegorical sense, some of the gaps that we didn't cover with Xavier before he had to rush off.
Right. What are the important parts?
The important points are something was taken from us, sent by the prince, and that's a thing that interacts with the land of the dead. There's some big change happening along with some of the people who deal with the lands of the dead, and we think that somebody might have interceded to muck with them, and while that's not really our house and our food, that's not cool. 3, we suspect something's going to happen I try to scope whether he knows whether midnight tonight is the meeting, but regardless of the answer, I will indicate that midnight tomorrow is. If he knows, I'll be like, good, well, that's where this stuff's going to go down. And if he doesn't, I'll say, by the way, this is when it's happening and stuff's going to thing. So mostly they are covering tomorrow at midnight. Things may get exciting. It may be a bad for most everyone who's not doing this kind of situation. So please be careful. But it is serious enough that I am considering, if we find out more and if it's dangerous, to genuinely everyone using the cobweb to warn people.
He sort of like, he gives you kind of a, I mean, like, there's a long pause, and he goes, you've never plucked that string before. Are you sure you know how to play that instrument?
I certainly don't know how to play it well, but it would be more along the lines of keep your eyes and ears open and please be careful. I don't know that I would be saying, come here, do this. I know that's not how it usually goes, but if that's how I use it to play, hot cross buns, I will play hot cross buns if I need to.
All right. Thank you for the update. I'm not scheduled to go to that meeting, but at the very least, I can wander and see if I can guess where it is. I'm a very good guesser.
I bet you are. If I'm able, speaking of instruments, to pick up a slightly different instrument and play what you're playing for a little bit, would that be okay with you? I wouldn't be playing what you're playing, I'd be listening to what you're playing at a distance while you're guessing.
Oh, Enfys, you're always welcome to rattle around this old attic anytime you like.
I know, but this would be a new way of rattling, and I prefer not to, unearth things unless you're cool with it. That's all.
What I don't know won't hurt me.
Yep, what I know won't hurt you either. Cool. Okay, that's the new info, and a lot of this info was, again, courtesy of this person who unfortunately made things a little more transparent. So I'm hoping we'll be able to figure out a way to not lose that source of information and not having terrible things. But I wanted you to please be safe and careful, and it would suck if anything happened to you.
Bravery has never been my strongest suit, but
Could have fooled me. But fair. Sorry.
it's okay. I appreciate it. I will try and stay as safe as I can. And I would say the same to you, but you don't seem like you'd follow that advice anyhow.
You know what? You're about as likely to as I am. So you do some
Fair.
good guessing,
It's
and
true.
I will do some good figuring. And if either of us finds out anything, especially around midnight tomorrow night, boy howdy, especially about the spoopy Italians or the people with pokey things out the fingies or any of that.
Are you losing your words again?
No, I'm trying to find a way to say this that isn't dragons. Dragons. Is that term familiar? Not the fantasy ones, but the esoteric, likes a lot of their privacy and land ones.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know why you're talking about it.
Remember how you said you thought I'd be in trouble?
Mm-hmm.
The person that we encountered, who could have been trouble but is not trouble right now, had abilities that come from them.
Oh dear.
And they're in town. And they like killing people, or rather that's what they do for a living, is kill people.
Right. Okay. That's worth knowing.
Well, happy to divide the spoils if that ever becomes something that is of benefit to your group. But yeah, so...
Well, the problem is that if we have dragons, well, we don't have knights anymore. They all left
I mean,
when the king was dethroned.
depends on who you count. They've kind of done some field recruiting of auxiliary sources. 5 eyes, that's still weird. Okay.
Wait, what?
5 eyes. Does that sound familiar to you, actually, since I have you?
A little.
Do you know what that is? Because it led somebody I know to think about some stuff.
Well, sure. So it's not 5 eyes. It's 3 eyes and 3 eyes overlaid.
Oh, like Jewish starry?
No, like the pips on a die.
Oh, that's probably more sensible.
Jason, does that mean anything?
I will eventually recount this to you and get it, but
You're on a
I'll
phone and I
try.
have heightened senses.
I was in my room,
Oh, okay.
but that's okay.
Oh,
But no,
no,
that's
no,
cool.
no.
Like I can also be like here.
Sounds like Malkavian nonsense to you.
Oh, okay.
So 3 and 3,
Mhm.
upside down and right side up. Not literally upside down, but regular and inverted. Do you know what it's
Yeah.
about? Generally?
A little. Right side up and upside down.
Maybe.
Mirrors. Well, mirrors.
Yeah.
The reflection of one in the other. Something above the water and something below the water.
Oh God. Okay. Cool. Cool. Below the water. Your images. Yeah, that makes some maybe sense, but I will say, watch out for.
Snakes?
Yes, actually, maybe.
Really?
One thing involved some teeth of pearl, if that sounds familiar, but image body of what I think is the city being torn apart and being fed upon snakes with teeth of pearl. But more importantly, tomorrow thing is missing. Could get Ghostbusters-y up in here. Don't know. I suspect somebody's gonna use this to try to sway political stuff, especially by making those folks who normally do that thing look bad.
Right. Oh, and Enfys. If someone asks you if you're a god, say no. Please say no.
That doesn't seem great today. Maybe other days, but not tonight. Okay, we're gonna go check out maybe a graveyard. So be careful. Contact me if you need anything, and I will the same.
I will. And thank you for the call.
Of course. I still got your necklace. Got it all the time.
Good. Might be lucky.
Let's hope so. Now that it's yours and not Nathan's. Okay, gotta go.
Yep.
Catch you later.
Click.
And I relay that. The right, 3 eyes right side up, 3 eyes upside down, above and below the water, mirror images, although mirror often means something special to Clan Malkavian. But inverted things. And I also mentioned the weird thing of like, we have dragons but no longer knights, and while that's kind of a strange thing to say, I'm not sure that that wasn't something for him. So
Actually,
can I make
Natalie,
Yeah,
you know this part.
I bet I do.
Mm-hmm. Before Helen Iverson, the prince was a guy named Quentin King, who believed himself to be a myth, like sort of a long-standing Arthurian, like a king in the style of Arthur, and his security squad were basically a bunch of Malkavians who he called his knights.
I didn't know that part.
You know, the last guy before Iverson had
What?
had a squad of people,
Okay.
and he called them his knights.
Then okay, what? Wait, like not people, like us people.
Like crack mirror people, and Malkavians, like a big old squad of Malkavians just surrounding him, and it's like, here, these are my knights.
What?
I love when
Okay.
your face makes that. I love when you make that face.
Well, I mean, this is why I heart you. Okay, wait a minute. Jason, or possibly Natalie, how long ago was Quentin in power?
He held this city probably since the 19th century up until the Beckoning started. So whether he's been gone for then like the past like 3 or 4 years.
What if? Do you know if the Knights, Natalie, were they like info squad? I mean, they probably did a little of that regardless. Or were they literally go out and deal with problems? Were they more that kind of knight?
I never met them.
But you remember them. I wish I know if they were thinky or dewy.
Were they, Jason? Were they more thinky or dewy?
Well, they were, I mean, for the most part, they were kind of his personal guard, somewhere between like an executive scourges. Like they were very much a find problems and eliminate them, as well as defend the prince.
So they were kind of the king's. So they were kind of the king's guard. Yeah.
So if he had a cluster of mirror troubleshooters that he considered knights, and my sire said, "Well, what do you do about dragons? You need knights." Then maybe if this actually is a dragon issue, that's a thing. Oh, I don't know how to play that instrument well. Okay, I'm gonna think on that. We have places to go and people to do.
Yeah. Let's go check out. Let's go check out the squeals.
Jason,
Yes.
if I think about what Enfys said about inverted mirror image, etc., do I know enough about my clan history to think about the warrior Salubri and the anti-tribute?
Maybe. Give me an intelligence and occult, and I'll see what you get.
Okay, let's see. I have those things.
Yep.
How much of them do I have? 4 of those and 2 of those, so that's 6. I don't have any specialties in those things. And I currently have 3 of these guys. I'm gonna re-roll some dice to have more than one
Seems like a good
success.
idea. Yeah, you've got 3 that you can reroll.
Yeah, let me just mark that I'm doing that. 1, 2, 3. So
that's
2
better.
more. So 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. Things that come to mind. You have heard of the warrior variant, although as far as you know, they were almost all like aligned with the Sabbat, and therefore aren't around anymore. They've largely gone to ground or been hidden. You also know that there are stories about Salubri who used their mastery over aspects to travel into the astral plane and used that as a means of exploring internal and basically on the path to Golconda, looking to like transcend the body. But you also know that you've also heard this story that Saulat and Malkav, the founders of your various clans, were among the closest, in the same way that certain other clan founders were reputed to be lovers or brothers and sisters. Saulat and Malkav were very, very close. And if there is something to do with...
They were roommates, yes, they were friends.
They were boon companions. And if there is some tie between the Malkavians and the Salubri, then the 3 eyes reflected in a mirror might be a way of expressing that.
I llama those words. The llama repeats.
Lamageddon. Alpacalypse.
Yes. What'd you say, Sammy?
I'm still typing to you. And I will be continuing to type to you. Hey, does that mean, Enfys says being a butt, that you would maybe someday teach me how to make people better? Think about it. We got time. Doesn't need to be now. Anyway, now we continue typing.
Can we go?
Yeah, we do need to go. I hear we're going to a cemetery.
All right. Where to go next?
We're told to go to the
Um,
burying ground, right?
we can either go to the burying ground or we can go to the place on the T tracks that squeaked.
Oh, God.
I'm good with either, and I know I would care about potentially something in either place.
Let's head to the burying ground.
Yeah. That seems important. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Scattered, but yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
I cannot hear whoever is asking.
Oh.
Was that Renee asking? I cannot hear you, Renee. I do not know why.
Renee's connection did drop briefly during the spin.
Yeah. Can you reload? See if that helps. Yeah, no. If I can't hear, it means it's not going through into the stream.
No, I know.
No, but
It was just challenging because Renee couldn't hear you in certain parts because of the delay,
Right.
and you couldn't hear Renee.
right.
So
but,
I was
but
trying to.
Miss Mad Duck is mentioning that they can't hear
Yes.
Renee, and I'm like, yeah, no, I know. It means that
Yes.
Renee is not.
I got one job
Yeah,
on this ship.
Yeah.
It's a stupid job. No.
Say things. No,
We heard part of that, a little bit of it.
I did not hear any of it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, Renee, I'm gonna try to do with you the thing that I was doing with Jason, where I kick you out and you come in again. In the hopes that that'll help. Invite again. Invite. And yeah, I think she can hear me. I just cannot not hear her. And it is now telling me that it is waiting for her to connect. So hopefully she will. Sorry. Technical difficulties suck. Technical difficulties with unstable internet connection makes everything worse. Yes. Can we like just hammer the internet with the Grapthar's hammer? Will it help?
The amazing thing is when I do something .wave, it actually tries to turn it into something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually have a wave file, Twitch. I promise. It's okay.
But are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Back in the day, I had basically a mixtape, an actual mixtape of all these little clips between songs. That's something I would have done on like a playlist or whatever, but it was just a whole bunch of little wave files between various nerdy music. And boy, howdy does that date me. Oh, but we have not been.
Loud and clear, 5 by 5.
Yeah, but I still can't hear her.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
really?
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really cannot hear her.
No. The connection quality is there's way less delay.
Okay.
But we are still having it not go to OBS, so we're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Two software.
So the question is why?
No, we got we're doing our best.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I can do on this end to try to fix it.
What was that? I heard you, but I didn't. Test for viewers?
No, they can't. They cannot hear you
No,
in the stream.
they also can't hear you.
Yeah, no. It's not coming into. Trying to see what other widgets I might have to like maybe try to do something.
Got it. And your signal is strong. It's just it's not being picked up by OBS as far as I can tell.
I'm trying to think like if it'll help for me to reload, but I'm not sure.
Give it a shot. And if that's a thing we can
Does that mean the whole stream restarts, or
no? I think everybody's video restarts.
That works for me.
Yes, I do have desktop audio capture set. Let's see what this does, if anything. Oh, I can hear you.
So we've now learned that when there are audio problems that mean it's not going to OBS, sometimes it is not the layer resetting. Sometimes it is auto reloading.
Sometimes it's the sun is in the wrong house. I don't know.
But
like,
no.
Sometimes when we touch, the honesty is too much, and I have to go.
It's literally just being mentioned in the event that it happens in the future, because we now know that has helped. That is all.
Yep. Okay.
Here we are. Here we are.
Okay.
Born to be vampires.
Yeah, right. No, that's on.
We're
that's
the
only,
princes of the neighboring cities.
Only Kathy was born to be a vampire.
Okay, here we go.
Red is a newborn, white is a
All
corpse.
is well. We now know another fix.
Yep.
All right.
Yay.
Cool.
Yay.
Okay. So, Renee, do you need to be brought up to speed on anything in particular? I can sort of sum up.
So it sounds like we're going to the burying ground, correct?
Yes. Or
I believe
sounded
so.
like it.
Cool. Any preparations before you go?
Sensible shoes.
Got it. But this means you will not have your fighting in heels specialty in class.
Just
bring
I'll
the
bring
heels.
the heels just in case.
watch Kathy switch into the heels for fighting.
Yeah, I was gonna say normally it's the other way around, but
Do we need anything spoopy?
I'm sorry?
No, there's nothing spoopy that I can provide.
No, like, Endless is icily basically saying, is there anything, that would be useful?
Nothing that I can provide.
Anything about us? I don't know. I wonder if I can find that old spirit. I don't know. We'll see.
That might actually be helpful, weirdly enough.
I will try to contact them via banana phone. It'll be great.
Let's wait until we actually get to the burying ground first.
Rotate your cell phone 90 degrees.
I might not be that different. Anyway.
Turn 500 meters and surrender your soul. Sorry, I've been listening to a lot of SCP archives lately.
I did that on an early session. Okay, we go.
Okay. You guys travel. It's late, so I'm figuring you're driving as opposed to taking the train.
Yes.
It's not hard to get through Boston at this hour, crossing bridges, crossing the water. You recognize the burying ground is on the common, which means it is in Camarilla territory.
Mm-hmm.
You travel between the four of you. You are able to find your way to Tremont Street. You make your way toward the marker of the place where the cemetery is. Those people with sense the unseen, your senses start to twitch. You can feel that there has been some kind of disruption, some kind of basically the things that your whatever like physical sensation triggers your something is unusual here, it's going off. You can feel that
I sense a
something
disturbance
is
in
going
the
on.
force. Like thousands of voices crying out and then going silent.
Other way around, actually. A bunch of silence and then another voice is crying out.
Oh fuck! They're screaming again.
Are they supposed to be screaming?
No.
Have the dead stopped screaming, Clarice?
No, they have not. They
While
never
walking
stop
through,
screaming.
because I literally
Never.
we haven't done much, but I'm gonna. They said it might be helpful. I am quietly saying and think unless you're still.
Oh no, I'm just saying it's like at this point you have found a place to park, but I don't know if you're actually like leaving your car and exploring yet. But
I think
If,
we're.
if,
Oh,
once
yeah.
if once I go into cemetery, then yes, I have a thing.
Yeah.
This is such a bad idea with the make it messy in the wings. This is such a bad idea.
Yep. I
They
mean,
were
I
doing-
think we're just
Yep.
walking
Strong
through the
narrative
territory.
choices.
Yeah.
Strong narrative choices.
Yeah, I'm ready when I'm good.
Yeah.
okay. All right. You make your way through, picking your way through the tombstones. You notice that it's very, very late, and yet there are an inordinate number of people kind of milling around.
I'd like
Are they
heightened
people?
census, please.
You got it.
You did say people. Do they actually seem like people rather than vampires or like zombies? Maybe I don't know.
Hard to tell. You're not really scrutinizing them that hard.
Okay. No one's slow limping. Like we're not seeing something overtly like what?
Cause this is
Yeah,
thriller.
we're not thrillering. As far as we can tell.
Well, I mean,
Dude.
you have, you are watching them, and actually, as you look, there is the distinct sign of disturbed earth.
Mother heck.
Oh god damn it.
Kathy.
People
What's
kind
going
of
on here?
moving, carrying, sort of like carrying tools like, shovels and, maybe a pick, maybe an earth turner.
Are we seeing something like grave robbers, like zombies, or like grave robbers or zombies being grave robbers? Like
Both, yeah, basically a lot like that. It's
cool.
there's a bunch of like people in what look like either prison jumpsuits or sanitation jumpsuits, kind of working at the earth.
So this clearly isn't a union job.
Did you say that super loudly? So, hey Jason, while Kathy is attracting
Yeah.
attention, I
Yep.
would like to heighten senses, like see if I can look and spot anything clue-like or useful.
Sure, absolutely. Give me wits and investigation and add your aspects.
Oh, excellent.
I have a thing I will probably do, but I can wait.
2,
It's the thing I was
Sure.
gonna do once we got here anyway.
6, 7.
And before you roll, do you want to make this messy or not?
Is that to me?
No, at this point, the person who's it's the we've got one queued up, and this is a rolling out in public kind of thing. Investigation is not usually the best place for it, but I'm willing to go for it. We've got
It's up to you.
it is not.
Wherever you think it would be the most like dramatically useful. I don't know about
Sure.
investigation.
I'm gonna hold off on it for now.
Okay.
Just do your roll. Cool. Wits and investigation aspects.
So that was 3 successes.
Yeah.
I could re-roll 2 of my dice. I should re-roll 2 of my dice. I'm going to re-roll 2 of my dice, just in the hopes that that gets me something better.
Well, that is definitely a critical.
It is.
And
Is it time to make it messy?
So it's 6
I don't know.
successes.
If you want a messy, feel free. I have a thing we can also messy, which is very
Well, this is. I mean,
potentially
this
bad.
one
It's
is actually a,
investigation, so I don't know how.
this is actually a natural messy. Because it looks like
Oh.
you've got
Ooh.
No, we can't.
Oh.
you've got the
What the
you've got the one of those 10s is on a hunger die and one of the new 10s is not. But still.
Okay.
So what you've got here is 6 successes.
Yep.
And it's messy. All right. You start to scrutinize this area. And without even wanting to, your eye opens.
Oh, crap.
Great.
Yep.
That's never good.
Yep. There is a flash of almost like a spark of light that sort of comes out of it, a quick burst that kind of flares up as it begins to leak blood into your eyes. You scan the area for clues. You can see there are approximately 6 dead men working, a couple of living handlers, and yeah, there's.
Define living.
Yeah, that was my question.
I
Is
mean,
vampire living or no?
using her auspex, she can tell that these are people with a pulse. They are they are at the very they are probably. I mean, you might surmise that they're ghouls, but they're not entirely. But it's not certain from this particular burst of information.
Okay.
There are about 2 or 3 handlers, and you're able to perceive that one there's yes, over further in you can see someone who kind of radiates with dark tendril energy sort of flickering off them.
I mentioned this
You
to
can-
my friends. And also, like, what the fuck was that?
You are so
I try to, like, cover up my eyeball. That
you get
Yes.
blood on your hands. That's
Yeah.
you're unable to cover it.
I am unable to cover it. Okay. Even
You
though I'm
are
not
unable to
doing,
cover it.
I'm not doing any.
Correct.
Okay.
This is the messy part of the messy critical.
Is this like abnormal in a way that I should freak out, or has this happened before? Like,
It is abnormal, and you can certainly freak out about it. This is usually this happens when you are using your disciplines intentionally,
Right.
and it seldom happens like it's the when you are. I mean, you're used to it like a little bit. This is an excessive like for one thing, you've gotten an excessive amount of information. You've never got like this is like sense the soul level stuff, and you don't have that power.
yeah.
But you are definitely getting information, but you cannot close your eye. This is the messy part of the messy critical.
Yeah. Yeah, Alexis is like trying to not have a visible third eyeball, blood everywhere. Unsuccessfully, but also conveys this information to people.
Yep. At this point,
Dark tendril energy? I would like to check that out with Scry's soul.
absolutely. But just a quick question:
Yeah,
what are people's hunger ratings presently?
Oh.
Oh, okay. Nobody's at 3 or higher.
Nobody
That's
wants to
good.
eat me. I mean, I'm at
Nobody,
3, but I'm not.
nobody wants to make an
Alexis
Alexis
is 3.
snack. This is good.
I mean, Alexis might consider herself a snack, but that's a completely different.
I don't think
story.
Alexis considers herself a snack. I think that's but
That's
we will.
just self-care.
Yep, it's true. But yes. Right now there is Alexis's 2 eyes and an angry third eye that's still like weeping blood and will not close.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I ain't thinking about it. Just so everyone knows.
Fucking Tremere. God damn it.
Leaving Natalie to the follow-up of that particular spook.
Yep.
I quietly turned to Kathy just after that, so this is probably semi-simultaneous with what the heck just happened, and say, I'm gonna try it. And I don't know that this will do anything, but I am quietly to myself, thinking very loud, but quietly, like trying to semi-sub-vocalize, basically say, I am Enfys Bloom. I am looking for the spirit that I saw on the night of blah at the Compass Rose. You showed me this, like on a low loop, to see if it, and basically say, and, well, with the addition of something is clearly wrong and I would like to help. Over and over. I have no idea what you're gonna deem happened with that dude outside of, I would probably tried not to be aggressive with the spirit when it was removed from Memphis's brain, but they're gonna try that to see if anything happens with that.
You're just gonna like try and get yourself into like a mental meditative groove. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father, prepare to die. Just
kind of like the actual. This is not what they would do because they wouldn't yell out loud. But if these were people they knew were physically there, it would be the equivalent of going, "Hey, I'm looking for Frank. My name is Enfys, and we met at the club." Like it's really it's
a Craigslist ad. Got it.
Dave's not here, man.
Connections.
Yeah, I am literally psychologically missed connections in my brain to see if I can meet the spirit I saw before, who may give us information on what in the heck while we have these little things here.
All right. You recite, and you spend some time putting some emphasis in it, trying to set it out the right way.
Emphasis.
Yep.
Emphasis.
Yes. The emphasis on the wrong syllable. But yes, you chant or not chant, but you sort of sub-vocalize and try and get this message out. It doesn't appear to have any effect.
Okay.
Cool. No, for sure. It's that guy is. When you went to the Giovanni to have that guy pulled out of you, Carmine Mussolini is not a gentle catch and release kind of necromancer, sir.
It was it could have been another spirit. Paid attention to me. I had no idea. So
no,
cool.
Sure. No, it's the at the very least we'll see if there's a consequence.
No
But we'll go for it.
Yeah.
All right.
In the meantime.
In the meantime, this isn't a union job. There are some. There's the dead men do not stop working because the dead don't rest. The handlers are a little confused, and they start going. They start looking for, like, one of them goes and like says, "Yeah, this is we have a permit," and he pulls out a piece of paper and says, "All our paperwork is in order." And you feel.
What does this paper say?
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Exactly. You feel a certain tug on your spirit, and I'm gonna need a resistance roll.
Hey, this is a tuna fishing license.
It's for hunting wyverns.
This thinks it says what I want. Yeah, no, exactly. Selka's got it right.
The bearer of this has my permission to do everything they
really
did.
obscure.
Signed, the Cardinal. I mean, what?
All right, what am I rolling?
All right, I need you to do an intelligence plus resolve.
I'm so glad that I don't have intelligence 1 anymore, because that gives me a whole 4 dice on this roll.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Wish we could help.
Sadly, you cannot bolster her soul.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't mean to take up Natalie's spot of Black Temple
sure does.
looking. I didn't. I
Cool.
didn't think that would be at this round.
That is
I'm gonna spend a willpower to re-roll those 2 normal ones.
Okay.
Just in case
I don't
you
know why
get
this-
more. More is better.
More good. So 2 successes
Okay.
total.
Let's try this. Two successes. That's enough. Yeah, this is basically they're trying to put the whammy on you. But you're a vampire, and that means that they don't get an automatic success. And He's like,
Right.
you'll find that our paperwork is in order. And they do have a City of Boston work permit, but, like, they were trying real hard to, like, make you believe it. What do you do?
Kathy, in true Shakespearean fashion, bites her thumb at them. Oops, sorry.
All right.
Specifically to do a rouse check. Yes, I do, in fact, bite my thumb at them. The law is on my side if I say I. Specifically to do a rouse check.
All right, make your rouse
Use a little
check.
something called...
Fuck you, ghoul, don't mess with me? Is that what it's called?
I do not get hungrier.
Nice.
For a little something called Ashes to Ashes.
Ooh, okay.
What does that do?
So basically, they're an animated corpse.
Yep.
So it is a contested roll. My stamina plus oblivion to their stamina plus medicine or stamina plus fortitude if they have it.
All right. Which zombie are you going to try and delete?
The closest one to me.
Okay, cool. Okay, that seems good.
All right. And now I look at my character sheet and figure out exactly what I'm fucking rolling for this.
It's true.
Okay.
All right.
Alright.
So Ashes to Ashes is stamina plus oblivion versus stamina plus medicine.
Or fortitude if they happen to have it, but I don't think they do.
These guys probably don't. They're shamblers. They're put together to do a job.
That is 3 successes.
3 successes. Let's see what happens. You are a simple laborer, of course. 1 success. They do not succeed. What happens to a corpse that gets ash to ash?
So in about 2 turns, the corpse disintegrates to ash. It's like, no, honey, you're not supposed to be here.
Okay, so you reach out and you gesture at the nearest corpse and
getting a little blood on him because that's part of what the
no worries.
power is.
You bite your thumb and then you flick the vitae
Exactly.
far enough.
Exactly.
Yep. And as you do, the corpse begins to shudder and jerk a little bit as what was keeping it intact starts not working. There is a certain amount of twitching, and then the corpse drops to its knees, begins to decompose messily. I
did in fact let the black smoke out.
Yep, it's true. The ghoul goes, fuck, mistress, help! And they attempt to flee and sort of get out of basically get to the one that Alexis would identify as the necromancer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm basically looking for mistress.
Yep, exactly that.
It's like these particular little like white sprites in Ogloff that I'm not gonna describe what they are because everybody knows. Mistress.
That is literally a 10-year-old comic, and the fact that we all recognize it, or at least many of us do. Anyway,
tells the audience a lot about us.
It does. Like... It's the oh my gosh. Callbacks, folks. All right, Natalie, you were going to use your Scry the Soul, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you make a rouse check?
I didn't.
Yep.
I didn't. It just didn't happen.
All right.
May I ash on your chest, mistress?
I do not get hungrier.
Fantastic. Intelligence plus. Okay. Intelligence. Okay. First, who are you choosing to scrutinize?
Honestly, I'm going like wide beam.
Wide beam does not actually seem to work at this one. It's these days. Scry the Soul is a single target.
Oh no! According to the V5 thing.
I'm looking at it. It says by focusing on a person.
If scanning a crowd, roll versus a difficulty determined by the size of the crowd and external distractions.
I see. Okay.
As well as the type of trait being sought.
Fair enough. Okay. Then what are you looking for?
I am looking for creature type. I'm looking for creature type. Let's
Okay,
start
cool.
there.
Let's do that. You're trying to. Okay, so I'm going to say that this is going to be a difficulty 4 roll. So intelligence plus aspects, get 4 successes.
Whew. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, that is 5 successes.
Hey!
Yep. Yeah, I can see they are paired. It is in fact a messy critical
Yum.
that's one of those. Okay, so you have got your 5 successes. You can pick out which of those people are animated corpses, which of them are ghouls, and the vampire necromancer there.
So it is a vampire.
It is a vampire.
Okay. Because I did critical, because I
Yep.
did crit.
Yep.
A critical win allows the
Yep.
discovery of something unexpected.
Absolutely. What is it you'd like to? Let's see here. Would you like to find something unexpected?
I would love to find something unexpected as
Okay.
to the nature of the bullshit they were doing.
Okay. Unexpected is the nature of the bullshit they were doing. Huh. You are a Tremere. You are familiar with many kinds of magic. You are familiar with the basic levels of, the basic kinds of vampire disciplines, that kind of thing. This is an interesting blend. It's not just oblivion. It's got bits of like natural magic in it. Like they're not just doing stuff to these bodies, they're doing something to the earth.
Can I ask if I compare this mental like magic picture to the magic picture in the glyph in the sorry, aphasia sucks, in the graffiti that
Yep.
we like, do they mesh? Do they go together? Is this the same? Are there threads that I can pull through them?
Yes.
Oh my god.
This is the Gorgon. This is the Medusa head that you've seen. This is the symbol that didn't make sense to you before.
I'm gonna eat it. I mean, what? Sorry.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Somebody in this chat is very excited. I don't get it.
That's Selkie.
Okay.
Natalie goes, it makes sense.
What's going on? What did you just find out?
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
Thing on deck.
I'm
Or
so
now,
confused.
whenever you think is.
No,
I
it's
have
cool.
a next thing.
That you've been waiting patiently. That seems fine.
No, and I wanted to make sure that Natalie got the data, because that's something that I would need to do what I'm going to do.
Yep, absolutely. You understand that there is something being messed with the land.
Enfys just looks briefly at Natalie and says, "This makes sense." Great.
Natural magic with oblivion. Natural
While
magic.
Natalie,
Yeah, natural magic with the magic of the dead.
while Natalie is recounting that, depending on how quickly people decide to act over there, Enfys is looking at the tableau. Now knows roughly what we've got here. We've got some people, we've got some undead, we've got one person we've got a mistress with creepy power, and we've got Natalie's data. And like, great bit Gorgon, but I don't necessarily need this for the question. Enfys wants to listen to the things they're calling out at each other, even if they can't hear all of the words, and the sounds of the scraping and the digging, if that's at all still happening, the sounds in the area and the way they are laid out in the cemetery as though it is a board, and say, how is what they're doing now related to what happens at midnight tomorrow? Trying to see if they can compel a premonition. They know that's tough.
It is true. It is tough, but I will certainly allow you to try. First,
And I do believe we still, in fact, have a messy critical on deck. Because we've gotten a bunch, but they ended up being naturally. So
it's true.
Still
do you, I
make
will,
it messy.
I will totally allow you to. How many hunger dice do you have?
I only have one.
Okay.
But I'm okay with making it messy. I figure I should see if I roll any successes, because if I get a failure, then that's probably not sufficient.
Well, I mean, like the thing is, if you decide to make it messy, we will.
Oh,
set
do
those,
I just get the critical?
You will yeah. It's the you will start the. It's the you have hunger 2 currently.
1.
Okay.
But again, I'm fine with making it messy if there's a way
No,
to do
it's
that.
in order to make it messy, you need to have 2 hunger or more. We can turn those 10s into.
So I will just roll as per usual.
Yep.
That is, I believe, resolve plus auspex.
First, do the rouse check. Actually.
Oh yes, rouse check.
Actually, you know what? If you fail the rouse check, you might get hungrier.
Cool. That's true. Let's see if I fail. I do.
All right. So now you have hunger 2. You can choose to make it messy if you want to, or you can roll regular.
So the question becomes: if I make it messy, does it become a messy critical or just a
messy?
Messy?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
There's no other way. The messy criticals are.
This feels crucial.
All right.
I will take it.
Okay. So in that case, we're doing resolve plus auspex to try and invoke it.
Okay, so I do still have to try to roll.
You still have to write a roll, but the thing is, the hunger dice are automatically 10s.
Neat. Okay. That means I have 6, so that's 4 plus 2 hunger. Yeah.
All right. So I see.
Ironically, one of them was a crit anyway.
All right. So we've got like 4, and then 3 more is 7. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah,
sounds good to you. Okay. So 7 successes on this premonition. So your question was, let's see here. Your question was, how does what they're doing here relate to what's happening?
Or what's going to happen?
What's going to happen
midnight tomorrow with the meeting, preferably if I can add that.
Absolutely. What is the connection? Is what they are doing here is they are trying to gather as many spirits, ghosts, like the kind that bothered you, as they can, pulling them from the places that are here and the ghosts that are submerged in the water, the ones that are nearby. They're basically trying to make this a giant spectral beacon, pulling them to a central location where at the appropriate hour, they can be released and sent to disrupt or cause havoc at the gathering.
Okay, one moment. I'm just writing that down.
Sure. That is how this connects to that.
It doesn't say anything about to whose benefit.
Getting there.
Oh! I didn't know there was more. Excuse me. I'm
like, you know, it's the I have to pause because I have to create this stuff.
Oh no,
right?
I appreciate it. I also have to write.
Gotcha. Sure,
yes.
no worries.
I'm just too excited.
To whose benefit? To the benefit of, in no especial order, the necromancer, Charlie,
Okay.
and Randall Thane.
Which one's Randall? Oh, is he the other Baron?
Yes, he is.
I was right.
Is Charlie the one stuck on the train?
Cheer up.
That could be. Randall, what's his last name?
Thane.
Okay. So what happens in audio because this is much shorter, and I assume this happens quietly. I don't know that I have enough time to relay that before this stuff happens. Enfys says, "I got it, motherfucker," and tries to pull out their phone. And actually, you know what? No. If I have time, cloaks of shadows and tries to pull out their phone.
You drop into obfuscate. You pull out your phone. You get no signal.
Okay. I was next to Kathy because I did ask her something. Can I whisper? It might break obfuscate, but it obfuscate's different in this system.
You whisper. Nothing leaves.
Fuck. Do I know I can tell that nothing leaves?
You are very certain that no one can hear you.
I may not have time for this now, but whatever happens next, I try to unobfuscate and maybe fail. We'll find out. This is literally their worst nightmare. This is great. Okay.
You are trying to communicate. You reach out, and your Malkavian, your personal Malkavian bane makes it difficult for you to convey the information you want to convey. I'll need you to make a let's say charisma plus subterfuge roll with a difficulty equal to your bane. So 2.
Hold on. Okay, that's cool.
This is the messy part. It is the
Right.
Cool.
yeah. You know, it's the where basically it's the
Close that. And I have 2 hunger dice. Got to remember that now.
Yep.
Does 2 make it or not make it?
2 does not make it. You need more.
Can
than
I spend a willpower to reroll, or is that not possible?
You can totally spend a willpower to reroll ones that
I'm
are.
doing it.
Yep.
Who needs
Do it.
willpower? Who needs willpower? Is that, and that's non-hunger dice, so it's like
Correct.
this. Mother hecker. Nope.
All right. You can try and communicate, but the words are caught in your mouth.
Okay.
It's the you role played as you choose. This
but
is your
also I
name.
can't be heard, right? At present?
Present. Yeah.
Okay. Enfys is sitting there. I'm going to try something subsequently, eventually. But, right now, Enfys is sitting there in obfuscate, not being able to be heard, repeating over and over, I know it, I know it, I know it, I know it, and that's all that's happening.
Okay. At this point, Enfys said, I got it, and then vanished.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You've seen them do that before, at least.
So, the individual who is being called mistress.
Yep.
1, is she visible? And 2, do I recognize her? And 3, if I recognize her, who is she?
She was
1,
visible
she is
because I
visible.
saw her.
Yes, she is visible. 2, you do not recognize her. This is not someone you've met before. And you've met most of the people who've come to. You've met everybody who has been at the meetings. You could at least say, okay, I recognize their face. This is a person you do not recognize.
Oh, bitch.
Uh-huh.
Wary.
What's that?
Oh, bitch.
Yep.
You wary.
I get it. I got it. The obituary. Got it. Okay.
Ow.
So
Yeah.
I want to hit it. All right.
Oh,
Obituary, and I think is we are now at 10 o'clock.
we are.
Yes, we are.
Are you
We are at 10
cliffhangering
o'clock.
this, Jason?
I think we have to.
Is this where
I think we
Yeah.
No, it's okay because this way we'll for the grand finale. Renee will be back in town and not having to struggle with Brazilian hotel internet. So,
I'm just glad I'm here. I'm just glad I made it.
oh yeah, for sure.
It's
So
true.
this is we're gonna draw up a curtain on the penultimate session of Triptych. This has been Triptych, Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, session 7. We will conclude our story next week. We thank you so much for sticking with us and taking part. For those of you who made things messy or otherwise started trouble, we appreciate it. Our moderator was Ms. Mad Duck. Our dice program is provided by tripledice.com. Let's do our plugs. Renee, what you up to?
Oh my God, so much. For those of you who are into various sci-fi LARPs, at the end of June, I will be at Starfall Academy by Quest Productions, and there may very well be one next year. So if you want to join me at the Legally Distinct Jedi LARP, you come find me.
Now that they're closing the official Disney Jedi LARP, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, for those of you who are keeping an eye on that, I actually recently got word that the remaining Star Cruiser seats are now all sold out, which I'm happy that they're sold out, but I'm sad for the reason why. But there may be some other fun stuff coming down the pike, so we'll see how it goes.
Ooh.
Spaceballs, the LARP.
I mean,
I hope so.
That would
I
be
would run that.
very different.
I would do that right now.
I want to hear.
And
what
honestly, and honestly, I'm also going to be here with the Starfall Academy choir, because I am the kind of person who will absolutely be a musical director at a LARP because I can.
Nice.
I didn't know you could do that. That's cool.
Cool. Semi, what do you got going on?
Oh God. Teleportation. There's nothing super exciting on the LARP scene for me outside of stuff that some of the people in the chat already know about. But all y'all give some happy, smooth running thoughts for me, because once this is over in the next 3 weeks, things are going to be exciting for me, TM, and I will just take all the good thoughts y'all have. That's all I got.
Jilly, what's new in the Great Frozen North?
I
mean, it's probably not frozen now.
It's not frozen. It's beautiful. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's lilac season. There's nothing better than driving down Highland Avenue at sunset and just getting a big whiff of lilac, if that's your thing. Also, we're gonna do the prom, the new musical, The Prom. That's gonna be like 25 kids and my worst nightmare. So yeah.
It's a really good show. I got a chance to see it.
Fantastic show.
I got a chance to see it while I was touring in San Francisco. It was absolutely worth it.
Cool.
All right.
Wait,
sorry,
go ahead.
Renee had a thing.
Yep.
On Kickstarter right now is Real Royalty, the run for 2024. It's going to be right in San Francisco, so my neck of the woods. So if you like twisted fairy tales, look for Real Royalty on Kickstarter.
Ooh, send link. In fact,
we'll absolutely send link.
Put link in chat if you have it handy.
I can make it handy in just a moment.
Yeah, advertise the shit out of that, and also I want to know all about it.
Absolutely.
What's going
link
on?
Coming in chat.
What's going on around here? So yes, tune in next Saturday. We will be concluding this awesome adventure. And other than that, I stream here in this channel. Generally cozy games, sometimes Sims building, sometimes random other things. Damn it! No, tell me the link. I will post it or whisper it to Miss Mad Duck. I forgot that. You're not
no links in chat.
Yep, need to be a mod. Other than that, let's see. I bought a weaving loom because I need another hobby, like an extra hole in my head. So that's going to be exciting and new in my life. So I felt I needed to share. And also, in a couple of weeks, I'm seeing the new version of Evita that is being developed by the ART, the people who developed the new version of 1776. So I am, I'm very excited. Also, if 1776, the new version, comes to your town, you need to see it, probably more than once. It's really actually worth the money. No, see it more than once, please. It's so good. The best.
It's also pretty good.
Okay, done now.
Sorry, what was that? That's really good. I was too busy sending a link to the thing.
The new version of 1776.
Absolutely.
The new version of 1776, and also the new version of Evita being developed by the same company.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yes.
Also, in general, the Andrew Jackson musical show is pretty good overall, if you're ever on the fence.
I don't know what that is, but I should look at
Bloody Andrew Jackson. Ask oh God, help. Our friend, Holly. Ask Holly.
Yes, the friend who
Yes.
knows all about the Broadways, yes.
Yeah,
The
sorry.
musical friend.
Gotcha. It took me a minute. Yes.
Physical friend.
Yes. All right. So I think that brings us to the end of this session. Thank you very much, all of you, for listening and playing along. And we will see you next week when we close the chapter, when we close the book on Triptych, A Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle.
We will close the triptych and it will become only a one tick. Bye, everybody.